All right. I'm going to tell you a little story that, well, I'm not especially proud of, but I'm going to tell it because it happened about 20 years ago on this Memorial Day weekend. So I'm Tom Miller. I'm a practicing metaphysician that helps people use the energy we don't see to live the lives we desire. But enough about me and what I do. Let's talk about what happened. I had just been gone through a breakup with my engagement, and I'd been partying a lot. I mean, partying not just with alcohol, like with drugs, like the ones that stay in your system for 3 days. And I've been doing this a bunch. And during this Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day, same weekend it is now, I remember just partying on Friday, Saturday, got to party on Sunday, even partied more on Monday, and then went to work on Tuesday. Now I'm a teacher, not proud of this, but here I am partying like a rock star, but didn't even feel like a rock star. It actually felt really lonely and miserable. But just going in again, all hungover, drugs still in my system. Now, my principal was also a friend who I really loved and admired, and she really stuck her neck out for me. In fact, she tried to do intervention several times, and I just lied to her and said, "No, I'm not doing any drugs. I don't need any help." Well, that day, there was a cop waiting for me with her in her office, and it was scary. But when she gave me the option to either take a P test or go home on an indefinite leave of absence, I chose the second one. More partying, more drugs. Yay. Not so yay. Within that same year, and this was back in 2020, 2005. Within that same year, I was in prison for drugs. Tough time in my life. On this Memorial Day weekend, I'm spending time creating content, helping clients, making money, and just writing. I'm actually in a completely different space. Haven't used drugs in forever. But here's what I want to share. No matter how bad you feel like you've messed up, because trust me, I have messed up even worse than that. I've burned bridges. I've lied to people who love me. I've betrayed my best friend. I have neglected relationships that I miss now. I've squandered money. I have been in a place where I felt like, what's the use? I mean, I've messed everything up. Why even bother? And what worked for me is, yes, I messed up. Many, many mistakes, many messes, a lot of misery. But if I could turn the messes and the misery and the mistakes into a message and turn it into something positive, even if it took me the rest of my life that helped other people, and then maybe I can make a living at the same time, then that's what I was determined to do. And for me, it was an energetic decision, quantum decision, spiritual decision. I think they're all the same. Energy, quantum, spiritual, they're all the same. It's the essence we all have access to, your consciousness, our consciousness. So if you're watching this video this far in, you know about your consciousness, your light, your connection to the higher source, and you're aware of it. But you're also probably feeling like life's not going as well as it could or should for you right now. And maybe life's okay, but you just know you're called and able and capable and have the potential to do so much more. It starts with our thinking. Yes, our thinking matters. And most people aren't even aware of what they really want. They haven't thought about it. We spend so much time thinking about what we don't want or what's going wrong and what we want to avoid or what we want less of or what we hope doesn't happen. But when I ask a new client, what do you really want? Either they don't know or they have a vague idea, but they're embarrassed to share it because they feel like it's too big, or they're embarrassed because they feel like They don't deserve it, or I'll judge them. I won't judge you. The way we are set up as conscious creators, and we have consciousness flowing into us, we can create whatever we direct and invest our attention into. We create our life situation, whether we realize it or not. And it always starts with our thinking. We think a thought, and if we internalize that thought with some emotion, well, that thought starts picking up momentum. And we have this thing called the power of consciousness. That's combining our thinking, our ability to think, our ability to invest and direct our attention with source like God energy. Put them together, you have consciousness. Like humans are one of the, I believe, besides God, we're the only creators known to man. We can create. In fact, we're always creating. But sometimes we're not creating what we want because we're thinking about what we don't want. We're thinking about what we don't like. We're thinking about what we hope to avoid. So if you're imagining, power of imagination, you're imagining a terrible outcome that could possibly happen, you are investing attention into that outcome. I've done it. I have pretty much self-sabotaged every good period of my life by thinking that I didn't deserve it, thinking about what I hoped didn't happen. It was like I was always scared that someone was going to realize that I wasn't really that good after all, and that I was an imposter and it would all be yanked away from me. No one ever yanked it away from me. I created the bad outcomes with my thinking. Thinking, attention, determining and deciding, imagination, they are all energetic essences. They have energy. Everything's energy. And an idea starts with a thought. You've probably heard ask and you shall receive, knock and it shall be open. Asking is creating and starting the momentum of this idea, thinking about it more, investing more in it, and imagining it happening, even more energy. And conscious creation gives us the resources, the inspiration, the opportunities, and the people we need. So thinking about what we desire instead of what we regret or what we hope doesn't happen, or why this person's not cooperating, or why that person doesn't love us, or why that person doesn't respond, or why my post only got 3 likes, and why no one's subscribed to my YouTube channel. Like thinking those thoughts creates more of the same. Everything's energy, everything's frequency, everything's vibration. And I'll even take it a step further, because if this sounds woo woo to you and you're like, I used to be, and everything's science, quantum mechanics is now proving this, that nothing happens without conscious observation. Conscious observation from a sentient human being is what makes anything happen. So nothing happens without our consciousness. It's the observer effect and non-local duality, meaning that paying attention to something can affect something else. Our consciousness is like a superpower, and it's called quantum, called spiritual, just call it energetic. It's the energy we don't see, and it's so important for you and for me. Now, I'm telling you this because it's been changing my life over these last months. Once again, things were going well, and it all went down to crapper. Divorce, maxed out on my credit cards, used up all my savings. Every business I tried failed. Felt like an epic failure myself. Today, I feel as if the life I desire is already happening. The financial stress is gone. I'm starting to get clients for my True Freedom Ideal Breakthrough program. And I'm even kind of hanging out dating with someone. Well, I wouldn't call it dating, but might be. But there's so much potential. As long as I continue to invest my intention into what I actually desire. So, quick homework assignment. What do you desire? Like, what type of life do you really want to live? When was the last time you thought about it and felt like it was happening? Are you investing attention into what you actually want? If not, read The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. He talks about the thinking stuff. That's really quantum energy. You can read The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson if you want to take it from a spiritual standpoint. And the quantum stuff is just picking up momentum, but it's ironic because that's the one that there's actually evidence for that it works. Nothing happens without conscious observation, and we have the power of consciousness. And think of it as our ability to think about something and direct attention combined with the life force that is God source light. Everything is energy. Everything is God. Everything is light. Everything is quantum. Everything is spiritual, or none of it is. Use the word you want. Don't let the words mess you up. I invite you to invest some time thinking about what it is you truly desire and to feel as if it's already happening. That's the power of imagination. And then spend more time thinking about what you actually want and desire instead of what you don't want. But quick spoiler alert, think about it, invest your attention into it without becoming attached to the outcome. And especially don't get attached to how it's going to happen. That's how consciousness works. That's how alignment works. The how will appear. Just know the what and start trusting and believing and feeling and thinking and investing your intention into what you desire. Your life can change in a year. It may even change quicker, 3 months, 6 months. And it feels so much better along the way. So, last tip for the trade. If you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, feeling a negative emotion, it's unpleasant. First off, if it's unpleasant, it means it's untrue. So ask yourself, who's thinking this negative thought? I am. Who am I? Who am I? Just ask that question because I am that I am. And we are all spiritual beings having a human experience with a gift of free will. And our thinking is what's starting the momentum towards what we desire, or it's what's self sabotaging us. It's our thinking. We're all creating our own life experience. Hope this is helpful. I hope you subscribe. I hope you tell others about it because my life is getting better. I want to help you live the life you desire as well. So subscribe, like, tell a friend, do whatever you can to spread the message because I'll keep making these videos as long as some people care about it. I'll probably keep making them anyway because I'm so passionate about sharing this information. Remember, negative thought, negative feeling. Who's thinking this negative thought? I am. Who am I? You don't even have to answer. Your deep internal wisdom and source intelligence connection already knows I am that I am. This applies to any religion. This applies to atheists. This is the science of energy. I guess you could call it the science of spirituality. I'm Tom Miller, and I'm on a mission to integrate science and spirituality so all of us can live the life we desire and just alleviate all the unnecessary suffering, causing most of it with our own thinking. All right, see you in the next video. Go out and share your light. Thank you. I love you.